Hello my beauties, welcome to the Paradox of Kindness. I'm going to start this video just giving you a little bit of info about myself and my intentions behind the Paradox of Kindness and how it came about. So I am 39, a single mum of 4. Previous, my ex-partner and I were together for 22 years and I ticked every box in society. I was very successful in my career, had the perfect family, seemingly perfect, picture perfect life. Yet internally, I felt completely lost, like something was missing. And then I made some incredibly poor choices and blew up my entire world. At the moment, and these days, I have no regrets about anything that transpired. Which included a whole bunch of, some drug use, some cheating, like a whole bunch, you name it, financial challenges, you name it, I've been there. But the reason that I don't have regrets about anything is because I appreciate the fact of how much I've learned and how much I've got to learn. And this channel is about sharing what I've learned to hopefully give you guys some awareness or just some real life situations so that you don't have to go through the same shit and you can catch yourself earlier than what I did. Because it is true when they say that the kingdom of heaven is within. Unless you can truly love yourself and feel worthy, you will not find your peace in this world. And reality just does not work the way that we have been programmed and taught to think it does. Our external is always a reflection of our internal. So if you want to shift anything in your external, you first need to shift it internally. So the thing that I resisted even along this whole path is meditation. Everyone goes on about meditation, and you look at all the yogis or people that sit and meditate, and you just think, this is rubbish. I sit down and do that, my head goes absolutely nuts, it goes crazy. But what they don't tell you is the truth about meditation. This channel is going to be completely about telling you the truth. Some of the truth is not nice to hear. I'm sure that there'll be lots of resistance. Some people might stay, some people might go. Completely up to you. But the thing is, sometimes the truth is hard to hear, but the truth will 100% set you free. And the truth about meditation is, at the start, fucking sucks. When you sit down, your mind will just go bonkers at you, because you need to think of, if you think about your brain like an iPhone with hundreds of unclosed apps, that's what our brain is. And unless you shut down those apps, it's going to drain the battery, and it drains our physical energy because we're always overthinking, always got so many things on our mind. That's what meditation comes in. It is just being still, sitting and doing nothing. How many people honestly can say that they sit and do nothing? I remember when I first started, it's so hard to sit and do nothing because you feel guilty. You think, I've got washing to do, with 4 kids, I've got washing to do. There's always a million things for you to do. But that's how we get caught. We never, ever have time for ourselves. And the irony is, when you actually learn to sit still and close those apps down, so close those thoughts, and to do that, and I'll teach you, or I'll share with you how to meditate in just a second, you actually paradoxically end up with more energy for doing that. And it sounds silly that doing nothing will actually give you more energy, but this is the thing that people don't really understand about the world. The majority of the things that we do in life are actually backward as fuck, and we are taught to do them backwards because it serves the purpose not of ourselves, of the greater powers that be, of the elite people in the world, the media, the fear-mongering. What it serves us going to work and doing other people's jobs so that they can make money and we can essentially be a slave to them. But if you want to start taking your power back, honestly, meditation is your key. And I can guarantee if you go on this journey of waking up to what reality truly is, whether you dabble in meditation at the start, walk away from it, come back, I guarantee you will, if you stick to it, you will get to a point where meditation will become your non-negotiable every single day. And look, I've been going, there's been 3 years almost since, maybe it's already been 3 years since my ex and I broke up, which is essentially when my world blew apart, and I just thought, what the fuck is this shit? This is not working. Life is supposed to be better than this. We are not supposed to wake up in Groundhog Day every single day and live in struggle. That's just not how it's meant to work. I had this internal feeling that something was wrong, and so I dug and I dug and I dug, and I went down a million rabbit holes, looked into, read Bibles, read all sorts of religious content from different religions, from esoteric stuff, and I was right. This is not how you're supposed to live. But all of them at their core will come down to some form of meditation practice, because you need to know yourself. If you want to control your reality, if you want to change your reality, then you need to increase your awareness about the things that you do and why you do them. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will control your life and you will call it fate. That is what Carl Jung said. And fate is fatal. If you want to take your power back and you want to control your life, then you need to start learning who the fuck you are. Because I had no idea who I was. I was doing behaviors and things that I knew in my core were not me, but I still did them. And I'm sure that you can all relate to this in terms of a self-sabotage. Something is going really well, and then all of a sudden you do something stupid and fuck something up. And then we play that victim game. We blame someone else. Oh, it's because this person did this that I did this. So we're giving that person our control by not taking radical responsibility for our own lives. And that's what it comes down to, taking radical responsibility. And in order to do that, you need to actually know who you are. No one is ever going to know who you are better than you. So there's 8 billion people in this world, which means essentially there's 8 billion different universes, because your perspective is never going to be the same as my perspective, because you and I have not had the same experiences. It doesn't even matter if you're genetically the same. Look at identical twins. Identical twins can be born, yet they're not the same people. They create different personalities, and your personality becomes your personal reality. Your emotions are energy in motion. So what you need to do is think about your body essentially as the way that I look at it is that my body is a vehicle. And, at some stage down the track, we can talk about food and nutrition and the benefits of eating healthy. But you need to understand that the universe and the world, the reality that we live in, is a mental place. It is mental. So until you learn to control your mind, you will have very little control over your life. You will just be reacting to everything. And I'm here to, I don't want to say teach you, because you already know this. I'm here to help you remember how to respond, not react. And there is a complete difference to responding and as opposed to reacting. Reacting is emotionally fueled. We've all sent that text message or responded, snapped in a way, and then later on thought, fuck, wish I didn't do that. And the outcome has not been our desired outcome because we reacted instead of responded. Meditation is a great start to get you to a point where you can close down those apps in your mind, clear them out, and then have the clarity and the ability to be able to start responding and not reacting. When you learn to respond instead of react, you will start literally changing your reality. So in order to meditate, and what's going to happen if you do attempt to do this, And it's completely up to you. This is the beauty of it. You have complete control of over your life. But it works. So when you sit with your eyes closed, you want to close your eyes, so you want to block out all of, the senses, look within. The way that I do it is I just kind of close my eyes and look directly in front. But you are going to have a million thoughts pop up. You are also going to start getting an itchy nose, need the toilet, need to do this, need to do that. What you need to learn how to do is let those thoughts flow by without judgment. You need to teach your body that you are in control, not your body. That it can wait, like taming a wild horse. You need to show your body who is boss. And it's very simple practices. You can start, and I don't care if you sit up, lay down, whatever you want. It is being still, letting the thoughts float by. That is the key. And you will get to a state where you can essentially meditate, when you're doing something automatic. And eventually you will get to the state where your life is literally one giant meditation, because you have that clarity and that peace within you that you can see something happen to you and take that moment to pause and center yourself and respond and not react. But it will take time, and everything is practice. My daughter tells me, which, who knows what feedback I'll get from this video, but my daughter tells me always, your first try is always the worst try, Mum. And that's the other thing. I'll be teaching you the beauty of kids. It tells us, so many people tell us that kids are the future. And when they're telling us that, they reference it in terms of kids like growing up to be adults. But that is not correct. Kids are the future if we look at how they live. You look at how a child lives. They have an emotional reaction. 2 seconds later, they're over it. They do not overthink like adults. They go to bed and they fall asleep. 2 seconds, they fall asleep. They do not sit there and think, oh, I didn't do this, and berate themselves. They just love themselves. They love who they are until we program out of them that love that they should be a certain way to be accepted by others. The only person you need to be accepted by in this world is you. That's the only person. So my beautiful son is going to be helping with my videos. He's seeking to get an e-bike, so I'll do some posts and he'll get an e-bike. But what I want to do, and what I found in my journey, and I don't love that word, it's more like a roller coaster, because you will have ups and downs. You will think, yes, I've nailed this, I know what I'm doing, then bang, something will happen and you'll take 2 steps back. You'll think, fuck, I've got no idea. But what you need to understand is that you're always exactly where you're meant to be. If you found this video, it doesn't matter when you found it, 2 years, 5 years, today, doesn't matter. You're always exactly where you are meant to be. And so one thing that I found frustrating is that I couldn't find a whole lot of content from mums, specifically parents or people with kids, because it's all good and well to say be single or not have to say it. Like the amount of times that I have meditated and my kids have walked into the room, or someone's needed something, and then you start to use that as an excuse to not do it. It's too hard, I can't, blah, 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 blah. But if you look at it from the positive, how lucky are you to have kids that trigger emotional reactions all the time? And I'll give you an example of this. I use activated charcoal to brush my teeth. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it is the messiest shit ever. Yesterday, my 6-year-old daughter decided to have a look at it, dropped it all over my bathroom. We went for a walk later on that day. I hadn't been in the bathroom. Her hands were black, her feet were black. And I asked her what was on them. She said nothing, she was just dirty. walked into my bathroom later on, the whole place was covered in black charcoal. So I had a choice in that moment. I could react and yell at her because it pissed me off, or I could respond and have a quiet conversation with her about the importance of respecting people's stuff, and that if you make a mistake by picking something up that is not yours, then come to me and tell me and we'll clean it together. We all live in this world together. We are all in it together. Separation is what's killing us. And it literally is killing us. Look at the wars around the world. So understand that we are not separate. We all come from the same thing. And throughout these posts, I will talk to you about quantum physics, which literally scientifically proves these days that we all come from the same source. So we are all actually entangled. So when I say that there is no separation, I don't mean that. I mean that literally. There is no separation. There is an energetic connection between everyone. And everyone is energy. Everyone is energy. Everything is energy. If you took this chair right now and you put it under a microscope at incredible power, you would see it vibrating. It is energy. So those are the things that we'll talk about on this channel. But the other thing that I want is I want your input. I want this to be a shared experience. So if you've got a specific issue that just keeps cropping up and you're not really sure where it's coming from, or you want me to talk about something specific, and I do not care, there is no judgment here at all. I don't care if you are homeless, you have been done for fraud, you've been an alcoholic, you've been an abuser, been abused. I do not care. I do not care. This is a community where everyone is welcome. And we're all here to grow. There is no such thing as failure in this world. There are just steps closer to success. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I look forward to getting to know you all. And like I said, if you've got any questions for me, chuck it in the comments. Any topics you want to discussed, more than happy to look into it. But I'm telling you right now, and I know that you feel it. I know if you are ready to wake up to the true nature of reality, you will feel it. You will feel it in your body. And I will teach you how to use those feelings to control your reality, because whatever you feel internally, inside, it is reflected in your external. If you want to change your external environment, the very first thing you need to do is change your internal environment. And meditation is a great place to start. So that being said, feel free to hashtag the paradox of kindness. I know that it's backwards. I don't know that I thought that through when I painted my wall. But, you know, you live and you learn. And a shout out to Bo for editing this and making it watchable. Have an absolute amazing Monday, and I will see you in the next one.